not do the job that I was elected to do. I recommend that you have concrete examples and be ready to defend your position face to face. And then he wrote that he would be more than happy to debate this on the radio, which is why we have him this morning. And so Tricia has been going down her list of examples where she says it was an important vote that was put before council members, and that Mr. Holguin voted no on, which is pretty much the thesis of her blog, that he votes no on all the important issues. So go ahead, Tricia.
Okay, you also were the only person to vote no against making it easier to hold events in downtown El Paso. There was a resolution that the mayor be authorized to sign on behalf of the city of El Paso an amendment to interlocal agreements between the city of El Paso and the El Paso Downtown Management District for them to be able to hold, you know, things downtown, like things like the Street Fest, things like the Mexican food cook-off.
You know, I have to see the individual. I mean, I have to read the language. I don't know exactly what you're referring to, because I mean, I have supported, you know, a lot of the downtown events, you know, when they come downtown. Now, if we're subsidizing the downtown event, well then yeah, I mean, I probably voted no on it. But you know, I'm not ashamed of my no votes. You know, and you know, I'm actually really proud of them, because every time that I vote no, I'm voting for the best interest of my constituency. And if I'm voting no, that means that it's costing the taxpayers, or the taxpayers are having to subsidize it. I have absolutely no regrets on my no votes. You know, I'm very proud of on my record being very fiscally conservative, being very socially liberal. You know, now if it's wrong to defend the citizens that I represent, then I'm guilty.
Well, then let me ask you this though, because the whole, you know, the whole thing with your letter was that Tricia's whole thesis was that you vote no on everything. You just stated that you're very proud of the fact that you vote no on everything. So why would you take such great offense?
Well, because, you know, I maybe in my career I have maybe mentioned maybe 3 or 4 times something that should go to the voters, and to categorize it as I always say that they have to go to the voters. Everything that Tricia's mentioned, I haven't said that all of that should go to the voters. Though, you know, on her blog it says that I say that I vote no on everything because I think everything should go to the voters. That's incorrect. I've only said that they should, maybe 4 or 5 times where I have truly felt that things should go to the voters, such as, you know, I supported benefits. I supported health benefits. Now, when the citizens collected a petition, overturned my decision, I changed my position to match that of my constituency. I said when we created a rain tax, that we should send that to the voters without change. We changed it. This particular issue on the arena, I said this, I do feel that it should go to the voters. And any time that we spend COs in the hundreds of millions of dollars, the way this council has done, then yes, they should go to the voters.
But that was going to go to the voters in the first place.
No, it's not. Other than those examples, I don't think there's any other that she can find that I have said should go to the voters.
But what you're saying,
those are $1 million initiatives that really have a great impact on your tax bill, and those should go to the voters.
What you're saying is that yes, you vote no a lot, but no, you don't vote no and say it should go to the voters a lot.
Correct.
Is what you're saying.
Correct.
Okay. Tricia?
Well, okay, I'll give him that. He's done it 4 or 5 times, I'll say that. I can't really tell you how many times he said that.
Mm-hmm.
But
so you agree that you generalized on your blog then with Mr. Holguin?
About him saying that it needs to go to the voters?
All the time?
Yes, generalized. Okay, yes, I generalized that.
Okay.
But the no vote is clearly something that you say that you do that for the benefit of your constituents. How about the decision for you not to ask that everybody carry, that the police not penalize people for not carrying liability insurance? That's a problem. That's a problem for everybody. Because if somebody runs into you and they don't have insurance, and the police can't, and you're saying, well, not everybody can have it, not everybody can afford liability insurance. That's a problem for everybody. So how do you think that that's going ahead and keeping everybody, that's defending your constituents?
Because I represent a part of town, you know, that it's a very humble part of town. You know, it's a very hard-working part of town. And, you know, people in general, when, I guess what you're saying is you want to criminalize the process. And I feel that if you're going to criminalize the process, then you cannot pick them up. I guess is what I guess you're referring to, that, you know, if you don't have insurance, you should be picked up. But what that does when you do that is, if that person can already not afford insurance and you do that, then you're having a major impact on their day-to-day life, meaning they might lose a job, they might not be able to put food on their table, they might not be able to get their kid on, get their children to school. That in itself, you know, to me, is something that we need to help and take care of. I'm not saying don't buy insurance, but I mean, if you cannot afford it, you cannot afford it. You cannot get blood out of a rock. I mean, if you don't have it, you don't have it.
Okay, so
and by not having
us...
and if you don't have it, I mean, what are you supposed to do? Not feed yourself? Not go to work?
No.
I mean, you're going to do whatever you have to do, and we already know that. I'm not saying that it's right, but I'm saying that people in general are going to do it because they just have no other alternatives.
So why punish them?
So I mean, why are you
do it anyway? So why punish them?
Yeah,
well, I'm saying don't criminalize that process. I mean, you're basically criminalizing the poor for being poor.
No,
if you're being poor and you cannot,
financial
and you
responsibility.
can't,
if you cannot be
correct.
financially responsible,
and the law does
then
not
when
say,
you hit
and
me
the law
with
does
your
not
car,
say, the law does not say that you have to have insurance. Nowhere in the Texas
it
law
says
does
you have to have liability insurance.
No, it does not. You need to go back and read that, because it says that you have to be, what you said, financially responsible. If you can prove to the courts that you are financially responsible, you do not necessarily have to have a certificate from an insurance company. And you need to go back and do some research on that, because
but what
I
you're
am
saying
right.
is that you represent people who are humble and who are poor, so clearly they cannot be financially responsible. So if they
No, that's
hit
not
me-
true. That's
so
not
if they
true.
hit
That's
me in
incorrect.
the parking lot and they total my vehicle, I'm kind of out of luck.
No, because you can be financially responsible to pick up the tab on that. If you pay for everything, you become financially responsible. That's incorrect. And you know, it's a shame that a lot of people have this type of mentality where you want to criminalize the poor and, you know, just basically take it out on them because they're not willing to pay for stadiums and all of this other stuff that they just can't. I mean, it's just wrong to criminalize the process, and I think people have lost that compassion towards other people. And you know, I think that people in general, you know, have to be a little bit more compassionate towards human beings, which is something that I feel that we've lost over the years.
But you're saying that you're saying that, you know, stuff